Check that out. That's awesome. So I just removed all the electronics from the atom frame over to this Multi-Rotormania 130 scythe, and it just fit perfectly. Like, look at that. Well, actually, I just need to move that over. So yeah, that's good. Ooh, it's close though. But yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. That might need to be lengthened a little bit if I was really wanted to be picky about it. But other than that, it just went right over. Need to add the standoffs. So yeah, I just got this scythe frame, and I've been wanting to build this frame for quite a while because I really like it. Just like how it looks. It's just a little bit different, you know, from other 130s. There's just so many of the same these days. It's kind of cool to have something different. And I'm just really curious how it's going to fly too. I mean, lately I've been flying a lot of X frames because they just fly so well. It just amazes me how awesome they fly. But also, the other thing too is that lately I've been wanting to do nothing but freestyle flying. And the X frame makes that just a lot easier and funner and better. So, it really just depends on your flying style at this time, you know, what you should fly. But I'm just really digging on X frames right now, and I know that the next new thing that people are going for is the stretched X, and I don't really care for that too much. I mean, the main reason behind that is to fly better for racing, and I'm not really into racing. I like to fly fast, but I don't go to races. I don't know of any races around me, and I don't even know anybody else to fly with, so there's really no point in wanting to race. So I don't really know if I'm going to leave this like this. I probably need to go with some better ESCs, and these are 10 amps, so kind of small, but I really don't know how much 1306s are going to draw with a 3-inch triprop. Probably under 20 amps though, but probably more than 10 amps, so I don't really know for sure, and I don't have a way of checking it. This frame is just so cool. I love it. I love these pieces on the outside. It's like that way they could have the motor arms really thin, but still be a really strong frame. You know, so all the air can still be pushed through there and just get that much more power. You know, like, look how much thicker. Well, can't really tell. It's a couple millimeters thicker on the atom frame. You can see where the ESC caught on fire recently. That sucked. I was flying around my backyard and I went bam right into the swing set, and then it hit the ground, and then I lift up. As soon as I lift up my goggles, all I saw was just a cloud of smoke. But it didn't hurt none of the other electronics, just that one ESC, and that was it. So pretty lucky there. What else was I gonna say? I got the TPU mount as well for the Banggood 170 cam, and it looks like it's gonna fit in there just perfectly. I'm not gonna stick it in right now, but I'll do another video when this is all finished and show you how it turned out. Where's the top plate? Man, I don't know if I want it. See, I don't know how that's supposed to work. You can't use these other standoffs because then it would be taller than, it wouldn't line up with the TPU mount. That's a conundrum. And I need room to be able to plug in the satellite. And then I also need a spot for the VTX. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it this way. I'm going to have to take this all apart and make all this way lower. That's why it's pulling on the ESCs, because that PDB is way too high up. Okay, let's see. I'll just swap it real quick. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking there. Damn it. Just need to make sure that this is going to fit under these standoffs. Ooh, damn, it's so close. I wonder if I could go straight up and down. Pretty close. No, I'm gonna have to go inside. It's gonna fit, but it's gonna be so tight. It's gonna be like just the perfect fit. Is what I'm hoping. I took these standoffs off, now I gotta just put them right back on. I also need room for the satellite, but that shouldn't be a big deal. It's so small. Oh man, that's just like perfect. And it's just barely pushing down on it to hold it snug. Oh man. That is so awesome. Okay, so, but then I'm going to have to run the 5 volts down to the PDB. And my power lead, I'm going to have to just zip tie it to the side right there. That'll work. And the antenna, it's going to be sticking out a little bit. I won't be able to bend it up into that hole, maybe, but I don't know. Depends on how much further forward I can go. I might have access to the, yeah, if I leave it right there, I'll have access to the dip switches. But then the antenna can't go up into that hole, but that's alright. And I don't really have a spot to zip tie it except for from the M to the back right here, wrap it around the antenna, so I guess that'll work. Or I'll just use a shorter antenna, I don't know. It'd be nice if I could have went forward further, but since this is an X style, they don't give you no room, you know? So that's cool. It'll work. I'll just use a shorter. Oh no, that's RPSMA. Okay, so I need the plug for this. Gonna have to undo all this crap. Alyssa? Damn it, she fell asleep. Oh man. Actually, you know what? Time for a break. Alright, so I forgot to record part of this build. Only like 20 minutes of it though. All I did was put the camera in, the mount, and then I was having issues with getting it in because I had hot glue holding the wires in on the back of the camera, which is what I usually do. When I get one, I'll just hot glue the wires on the back side of the camera, just because they're just out there dangling, and if you wiggle them a few times, they'll end up breaking off. So I always just hot glue them in. But then the hot glue was in the way of being able to go into the mount, so I had to mess with that for a while. Then I got the VTX and camera wires soldered up to the PDB, and got the satellite mounted in between the PDB and FC and plugged in, so that's all ready to go. So now I just need to I'm actually going to wait on putting the VTX in yet until I make sure that this is flying right, which it should, since it was flying on the Atom frame. It should be exactly the same, but I just need to make sure. So going to just stick it on. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so I need to screw in the rest of this mount. I'm going to go with some longer screws. Maybe that one. That one. That's a pretty good angle. It's probably like 20, between 20 and 25. Maybe more. It might be like 25 or 30. It's pretty steep, which isn't really necessary for a wide angle like this, but I don't mind it. It'll still work just fine. I usually don't have it that high up though. Because it's such a wide angle, you don't need it. But, oh well. If I have to, I'll just take this whole mount out and use one of these mounts. So next I need, I guess I can it's just barely too short. If these standoffs were like a ½ millimeter shorter, then it would be just perfect, but I gotta push down a tiny bit on it, but that's fine. You can't even tell, so it's good. So I'm just gonna see if the motor spin and go from there. I need to get some batteries for this thing too. I need some more of those Paragon UAV 600s, 4 cells. Let's see, I had that on the Atom. Flat, flat. The FC wasn't lit up. Hopefully nothing shorted out. Yeah, the FC's not working. So what could that be? One of the wires came off for the power and ground. Or it's shorting out on something, hopefully not. It's a lot of work just to get this shit off. Now it's all on. So now I will try it with it all taken apart. Let's see what happens. Could be a bunch of things. The PDB could be bad. The FC could have went out. Damn electronics. I just assumed it was going to work because I just was flying it on the Atom frame. Damn. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm starting to see smoke. Dang. I don't see any problem. Unless that is shorting right there. Which I don't know why it would, because it never was before. But it looks like, oh no, that's just a piece of plastic. Damn it, that's not it. That was just a piece of rubber. That's all good. Man, I hate this shit. When you can't see the problem and shit's supposed to be working. Smoke started coming out. I don't get that. Oh, that's fucking red hot. Holy shit. That PDB is red hot. And I have no idea why. Unless I have one of these shorted? No. I don't think so. Let me see. Shit, that could be shorted. Right there. Can't really tell though. But it could be. I'm gonna try to get a closer look with my phone. It could be. It looks like it may be. Shit. That's got to be the issue, because I didn't have no issues with it before, and the only thing I've messed with is the camera wires and VTX. So, and the VTX wires look nice. So this is the only other thing. Alright, that's good. Alright, let's see what happens now. Yep. That was it. Fucking shorted out the camera wires. Hopefully it didn't ruin anything. It didn't seem like it did just now, but I have no idea about the camera pads. But we'll see. It should be okay, but I did leave it plugged in a little bit long that last time. Alright, that looks much better. So you gotta watch that shit. It's pretty easy to short out. Well, all it was a little tiny piece of solder bridging the positive and negative on the camera pads. So, oh shit. You guys want to make sure you're not pinching any wires before you push your FC down. Alright, now I gotta put the camera mount back on. Actually, I'm just gonna push this down and see, make sure the motor spin before I get too far ahead. Alright, should work now. Oh yeah. There we go. Perfection. Okay, now I'm gonna plug in the VTX real quick and make sure I got video. Then I'll button everything down. I ran out. Oh no, I still have zip ties, I think. If I do, I don't have to wait. Oh, one. Well, I got some zip ties on the way, so as soon as they come, I can finish up this build. Throw a zip tie around that antenna to hold it, and the rest of it will just be held in by pressure. So it's a nice snug fit right now. Just perfect. It's not going to go anywhere, especially with a couple zip ties around the antenna and the top plate. So I'll just make sure I got my FPV working. Yep, but the camera's blurry, so that, put that in focus, and then I just throw a little bit of hot glue on the bottom side of the lens and call it good. Well, actually this one's pretty hard to turn, so I might not even need to. It's looking pretty good right there. If I can show you. We got power. Everything's working. Let's see if we get lines when I spin the motors. Any lines? Let me check. No. A little tiny bit of noise, not bad though. Alright, it's good to go then. So I just need to button everything up. I also had planned on doing some LEDs on this one, just because it has these pieces around the outside. I was thinking of doing a wrap job across this whole bar in the back and then one across the front. That'll look pretty cool. So yeah, there she is. Almost done. Pretty much done. Just the last few details. It's pretty sweet. I was also thinking too that if I didn't end up liking this, I was going to take my Dremel with the cutoff wheel and just cut these off, and I'd have just a nice little X-frame, little mini X-frame. Which, when you think about it, it's not much smaller than this one. This is a 155 and this is a 130, but they do look, with the props on it, the props make it look a lot bigger, but pretty close. Yeah, this is going to be sweet. It's going to fly real nice. I like it. It'll look a lot nicer too when I'm completely done. Wrap up the ESCs, zip tie everything down. Yeah. Alright. Well, that's about it. So, thanks for watching and stay tuned for more. And here it is finished, except I forgot to put a buzzer on it, so I'm going to have to take it back apart. But I can fly it around real quick. Flies pretty good. I like it. It actually does fly better than my other 130. And I contribute that. Contribute? I say it's because of the X-frame that it's a true X. They just fly better. So there we go. I still need to wrap some electrical tape around the ESCs, put a buzzer on, and then I'll be done. And then I need to get some more 4-cells, and it'll be one bad mamma jamma.